Despite this, despite the threats, despite the victimisation, despite the intimidation, despite the fines, despite the police interviews, we continue to turn up to protest. Because, comrades, protest is fundamental to our ability to be able to protect our interests and the interests of working men and women across this country. This government has a history of going after its opponents through fines and threats and court cases while letting the big end of town get off with sweet fuck all. We have seen this government attack construction workers and their unions and the industry in which they work, while companies like Chevron are paying no tax as they exploit the resources that we all own.
Shame on you, Michaela Cuss.
We see an industry that has been attacked in the construction industry like no other in our history. Comrades, for what reason? That we dare to stand up and effectively represent our members in this industry? Our right to have fair wages and conditions at work so that we do have dignity and respect on the job. The ability for companies to sit down with the union and agree to employ apprentices to give a future to the young of this country in terms of being able to get a decent paying, well-respected, dignified job. For unions and organised labour to have safety reps on the job and union delegates so that people, as representatives in the workplace who aren't afraid of the boss, to stand up when something's wrong on the job.
We've seen it just in March this year, we've seen the biggest win that a Labour government's ever had in this country, in this state. West Australia's been conservative when it comes to a lot of that politics, but the biggest win that was ever made. Now we've got a hard job at times, to make sure that we keep them on track. But we've got to make sure that when we're speaking to Labour, that they listen to the voices of the workers in this country. That they don't just get a change of government and do some good tinkering around the edges. We want to make sure they get the message that workers have had enough. They're starting to get it in Britain. They're starting to see the movement coming back up there. People are fighting back. They will fight back. But we've got to win this war. We've got to win this war for ourselves, for our kids and for our grandkids. And I'll be proud to be standing shoulder to shoulder, walking down the street with people, and we go in demonstrations. We've got to make sure in the future that we're bringing along our retired members, our unemployed members, our honorary members, as well as those who are in the workplace. Sure that when you're talking to your friends, when you're talking to your family, there is no room for people turning around and going, one's as bad as the other. You go, no, one is much worse than the other. The others we will make better. So power to you, comrades. Let's keep it right. It's been a success, and it's only the beginning. We are going to go one day longer, and every day we're going to get stronger. I've got a resolution to read out to finish off today's rally, and it goes like this. This rally condemns the Turnbull government's attack on workers, their families and their communities. These attacks have included the introduction of the dragonous and unjust ABCC, the imposition of the construction code, which undermines workers' rights and their ability to negotiate in good faith to make improvements like more apprenticeships, better safety and compliance, more secure job opportunities and less exploitation of overseas workers. There are attacks on penalty rates for retail and hospitality workers, which threatens the living standards of our lowest paid and most vulnerable workers in WA. The destruction of the Australian manufacturing industry and jobs. We're seeing workshops in Henderson that are empty. We see foundations for a bridge in East Perth that would be finished now if it was constructed in Henderson. It's crazy. The meeting demands the abolishment of the ABCC and the code, the restoration of Sunday and public holiday penalty rates, and a halt to their attack on jobs and living standards for all West Australian workers and Australian workers. We commit ourselves to to a united, coordinated and concerted campaign with the whole Australian community to defeat these unjust laws by whatever it takes. Any lawful means necessary, including defeating these anti-worker government right up to the next federal election. We're going to get rid of this Turnbull, Cash, Abbott, federal conservative scum government and bring back working Australians. Touch one, touch all. The workers united. Thank you very much.